Can you hear me now? Let's see. Pop. There you go. There's the green light I needed. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying was the whole Rocket workspace has been a bit of a disaster because of building rockets all winter and, painting stuff and sanding things and getting everything ready for cloudburst and all that. So this whole area is a bit of a disaster, and decided we're just gonna clean it up a little bit. But I figured I would just throw a live stream up and take some questions or do whatever it is you guys want to do. Chat it up. Oh boy, that's not great. My rocket epoxy black pigment is leaking everywhere. I can only anticipate that this is going to be a disaster to try and clean that up. Oh no. Okay, it's a pretty. Oh boy, pretty. God, the tabletop's black too. That's gonna be rough. Hopefully, if I put a little rubbing alcohol or something on one of these paper towels, it'll soak it up a little bit. I know you guys can't see it, so that's probably not exciting, but more rockets. Well, I mean, that's always the goal, huh? Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay, it came off my thumb. Oh, hey, that's actually cleaning up pretty good with alcohol. Okay. All right. Crisis averted. Yeah, I figured it was gonna be like food coloring. It was gonna be absolutely impossible to get it cleaned up. But no, it actually seems pretty alright. Oh no, there it goes. That's more along the lines of what I expected. It's cleaning up okay though. Well, I guess it's a good place to start the cleanup efforts. But I washed all of my hardware and everything, so I'm gonna show you guys a neat little trick. Um, there's a really rough, pitted and corroded Dr. Rocket case right there. Um, should still be good to fly though, so it is what it is. Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, feel free drop any comments, conversation starters you guys want to have while I'm cleaning stuff up, and I'll show you guys a couple things, mainly that pertaining to the hardware that I just wanted to show you guys, which I'll actually do right now. Rocky Epoxy is great. Pigment never comes out when dry. I repainted my workstation after I spilled it. Yeah, fortunately, it cleaned up okay for me here. Um, I actually not a big fan of rock epoxy. Fine if you are. I don't. It's just not my favorite thing. That's for sure. I'm trying to see. There was. I'm pretty sure there was a way I could see the live chat from my streaming software, but that's not working out, so that's fine. I'll just keep watching the YouTube one. I just want to monitor the live stream. Okay, so here's what I'm going to show you guys. Fun little trick for storing your rocket motor cases. I got it from Taylor, so I'm pretty sure Taylor got it from Crazy Jim Hendrickson. So I have all of my 98s here. I'm actually going to put this bolt back into this Dr. Rocket closure. Question actually, I haven't looked it up. I meant to look it up. If anybody here happens to know, do they still use the small 98mm nozzle closure for anything? Or is that closure just kind of useless now? Because I like the black closure, so I would like to, maybe get it bored out if it's useless, so I can keep the black closure but still use it. Just take it to a machine shop and have them put it on a lathe or something. I don't know though. So yeah, let me know if that's a thing. Because what we're gonna do for storing cases, make sure the threads are all nice and everything. Obviously, clean them, but silicone spray. This is WD-40 silicone spray. I usually use the way cheaper stuff, but somebody gave me this, so I got it sitting around. Just gonna take a shop towel, spray it right on, and then we are going to put it on the threads inside the case. And you can see it pulls out a little bit of dirt. And then we're going to put it on the threads on the closure itself. And then it should go together nice and smooth. Yeah, that's nice. Something really satisfying about a huge Dr. Rocket closure like that. So we're going to do the same side, same thing to the other side. And the rear closure. Get this all nice and siliconed. Make sure I'm not cross-threading this. Kind of feels like I am. If I recall, the threads are kind of sketchy on this case in the first place. It might be the threads on this closure, actually. Yeah, okay. I'm just afraid to give it too much pressure, but it does eventually thread on. Something's up a little bit with this thing, but it's what it is. If I remember right, it goes on the other side better. So maybe we'll give that a shot. It does, yeah, I mean, it is just a little bit sketchy, but it still threads. Yeah, it is. It is what it is. That's not going to stop me from flying it because it's still catching threads and tightening. So there you go. What is going to stop me from flying it is the cost of a motor for that case. But okay, up next, Aerotech 7680. This is the case I just flew my M4500. We have the video coming out tomorrow with the 12-inch Punisher's flight, but I'll be putting out a second video with the stuff I filmed there as well as the rest of our own personal flights. Seth says, "Hey man, how you doing?" Johnny Random, excited to see the footage. Yeah, it came out pretty dang good. Give you a spoiler alert right now though, the onboard camera did not work again. So I think it's time to try and transition back to GoPro because at least when I put the GoPro on a big rocket, I got footage. It was pretty good on the Iris. So I just switched away from GoPro because I was hoping that the run cams wouldn't have the overheating issues that GoPros have, and I don't know what its issue is, why it will stop recording randomly, but it does. Excited. What are some defects that could cause a KO? Usually O-ring failure or something along those lines. That are clogged nozzle somehow. A motor that needs the grains glued together and not gluing the grains together, as you guys saw in that N1000 clip from Airfest last year. I'm late, Hugh, but when do you think you're flying this? Flying that red case? Or, I'm not sure what you're asking. There's a lot in here. Elaborate. Okay. That's going to be the nozzle side. So we're going to get a little silicone action going on the Millennium 15360 as well. Is it possible to like polish an aluminum case and make it shiny again? Because this case compared to this other 15360 I've got right here looks super dull, but I just put silicone on those threads and it looks shiny and nice now. So I'm wondering if that's you polish anodized aluminum. If so, I might have just unlocked a new obsession. Um, I need the appropriate rear closure for this. I actually don't know what it would be. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like black, but this is a Roustech 98mm closure, and I think the silver looks pretty dang good on the Millennium case. So if you know anybody that has a silver 98mm Roustech rear closure, let me know. I kind of want one. Yeah. So the red one. Yeah, I have no idea when I'm flying that thing. I'd like to do an M1939 and something just because it's a classic. Yeah, it's like a that's an OG motor right there. But I don't know. They're expensive, so probably not anytime soon. I did just fly this one not too long ago, last weekend. Okay, let's see. Is that Honest John a vintage kit or Little John? No, this is a Mad Cow Little John. I just finished this thing not too long ago. It's all fiberglass and it's stupid light. It's crazy. It's got a 54mm mount. I want to put a J180 in it, the Longburn Blue Thunder motor, and I still have to put the aero pack on. I got the flanged aero pack. If you watch the video, I got the standard aero pack, but I didn't like how much it stuck off the back with it glued on. And you can see the difference in the bodies there. You get about a half an inch back if you just go with the flanged one. So I cut the tube off and I'm going to put the flanged one on instead. I just haven't done it yet. So, going to add this to the aero pack stash. Try and get things cleaned up a little bit. Gorgeous finish. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect. There's like a fingerprint in the paint. If you look at it closely, it's not perfect, but I did spend a lot of time sanding and finishing that thing. Here, I'll point the camera up a little bit so you guys can actually see me instead of just my torso. There we go. That light's a little ridiculous, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I put a lot of time in the finish on this thing. The crazy part is, even with it all fiberglassed and I glassed the fins, but I didn't do tip to tip. Even so, it weighs under 5 pounds. Oh, and the nose cone tip has a bunch of paint missing, and I'm just going to keep taking more of it off, right? Because why not? So I don't know if I showed you guys this because it came in pretty recently, but my friend Robert traded me this Millennium 2560 with the Millennium matching extended forward closure. Pretty nuts. And that's why I was asking if you could polish aluminum, because this one looks like it's never even been flown before. Pretty nutty. My fleet of rare motor cases that I didn't even really ever have any intention of starting to collect just keeps growing. I'm not gonna complain. Um, I got my motors for my Honest John, so I don't know if you guys. I have a 7.5 inch Honest John. If you're not familiar, I picked up the motors from Tim while I was in Argonia. It's flying on an M650, two J570s, and two J350s. And actually, Conway Stevens made me some igniters that I picked up. Alright, there you go. That's how we're gonna light the Hojo. Um, should be pretty spectacular as long as everything works. I gotta figure out where I'm going to put all of this stuff. I have so many. I think I might take this rocket back to my parents' house, and probably some of the motor hardware as well. But for now, we're gonna have it over here since it's over here. That goes there. Actually, that can go over here because it's part of the vinyl making stuff. Um, Friend Rex gave me this rocket kit for helping him out with some fiberglassing stuff. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but my plan is to kind of do a equivalency of the JB Weld video, but use only CA to build this whole rocket. This is a 2.6 inch rocket with a 54, and I don't want to take it easy on it. I kind of want to do like a K700 or something along those lines. The fins are pretty thin, but it'll uh, it'll be an experiment, that's for sure. So let's see. Where did I put this guy? I'm gonna put this here for now. Camera strap. Okay. Oh yeah. Robert also sent me this 75-25-60 Dr. Rocket case. It came up on eBay for like $100. So I was like, I need to stop buying hardware, but that's such a good deal. I had to buy it. GPS stuff. See you later. I have this piece of 54 millimeter tube that used to be motor tube for my Arcus that now has a 98, so not too worried about that. Here, this is the aero pack container for the Sumo. See if the chat's still populating. Yep. Yes, they are very expensive. The 10-240 loads, especially now. Fortunately, as prices of things continue to rise. The good news is, motors used to be really expensive, kind of about where they are now, And when cost of materials and everything went down, the price of motors went down. So here's hoping, if things do get cheaper again eventually, that the price of motors will go down hand in hand, because that would be excellent. I need to figure out a place to put all of this. I have so many standoffs for altimeters and no screws. I ordered some and then I left them at Taylor's house in Kansas City. Also, if anybody knows anybody selling old VHS tapes like those two, let me know. Okay. Will the 10240 fit over here? Not under the rockets. Okay. That case can probably go back to my parents' house. 7680 will fit. That's out of the way. I'm trying to just consider, not just organizing stuff, but since I shoot most of my videos here, just having like a cool background for rocket stuff. So having that big motor case there is pretty fun. Here's another weird rare case for you. 29mm. Can throw this over there. The rest of my stuff for the electronics big kit is down here. Okay. Have a vintage Aerotech Arcus from 1989. Would have been awesome with a 38mm mount, but I didn't build it, so. Got an MCR Screech 2.6 on the chain build. Oh yeah, that's a classic kit. Yeah, the Arcus, the Aerotech Arcus was my first mid-power rocket. So a bit of a soft spot for it. That's why my full-scale Arcus is getting the paint job that my original Arcus had, which was not scale at all. But that's fine. Okay, scale up there. I have a bunch of trash that I can just throw away. This whole piece of hang on to that just in case. If you guys know anybody that owns a Ford with the 1-liter 3-cylinder EcoBoost, the Fox engine they call it, I've got a bunch of parts that sell dumb cheap, brand new direct injection injectors, mounts, head gasket, the head gasket tool for locking the camshafts, all of it. I ended up getting rid of the car before I fixed it. Okay, so I'm gonna move the tape wall over here. This reminds me, John Clifton, if you see this, this is your aluminum tape. I accidentally stole it after I basically glued your motor case into my V2. My bad. Just got my level 1. Any motor suggestions? What rockets do you have? Because my automatic recommendation for anybody who's level 1 is the I600, but that motor's a little gnarly sometimes. Well, all the times. Oh yeah, I got another new motor case other than this one. I'll show you. You guys know Taylor is a big fan of the Roustech blue cases. I traded my black Aerotech case for a Roustech blue case, and Taylor wanted it, so we worked out another trade deal. Ooh, does the sumo fit over here? No, it doesn't. I really should just. I guess that's kind of out of the way. I just need to be able to use this workbench again. This table. I can't. K185. I need to take that to my parents' house. Here you go. Another Dr. Rocket case added to the collection. So I traded him my Rouse Tech case for a Dr. Rocket 6400. Okay, but yeah, let's see. Other level 1 motors I recommend. I-180 is a classic. H550, the Super Thunder, fun motor. Um, I-218, good cheap if you like red lines. If you have 29 millimeter, the H250 is like a pretty gnarly motor for a 29, and it's technically class 1, so you can fly without a waiver. There's like a piece of hot glue on this motor case, Taylor. Thanks a lot, man. Actually, you know what? I think that's epoxy. It looks like it was imprinted through this little netting guy. Yeah, I don't know. Other rocket people throw down some level 1 motor recommendations. If you can find one, the CTI I345 White Thunder, cool motor. I did my level 1 with that motor. AMW J745. This phone for level 2. I don't even know what that is. J745. Is that an OG AMW motor? Because I would tend to agree. I do love me an old, proper AMW motor. Let's see. I move my little bookshelf situation over here. I could probably. Oh yeah, here's a PLA 3D printed fin can. I never flew anything on, but I kept my burnt i500 to test fit it. Um, I know apparently people have issues with PLA on these cases. My hope is that if I ever decide to actually fly this, if I do a good job twisting it in place and gluing it down with JB Weld, that it won't be too bad. I only need it to survive once. Do my level 1 on I-140, AMW, snap rings are all nice. Yeah, uh, I have a couple AMW motors, a couple K555 skid marks that I need to get the hardware for so I can burn them. Thanks to my friend Jim Starkey, who always seems to have cool stuff that he's willing to make deals on. The other thing I might do, move all my E-matches. We'll put the Little John up on the shelf as well. So you can read the U.S. Army thing if it happens to make an appearance in the back of the video. There you go. That's kind of nice. And if anybody wants a killer deal on a full-length 3.5-inch tube, I know it's a weird size, but I have one. This is a pretty lightweight, probably early Curtis G12 era when he first started filament winding. I don't think it's Composite Warehouse, probably Rocketry Warehouse era tube, but it's a 3.5-inch piece of glass tube. If anybody wants a good deal on it, let me know. I just have it sitting. The biggest, daddest. 29mm closure. I figure out where I'm putting these cases. Let's see. Good. I think I can put this kit up here. I have some plywood up here. It's just my stash for making electronics based and stuff like that. I keep buying new plywood every time. I forget that I have it. These are available at Dollar Tree, by the way. It's like the perfect width for like a 6-inch rocket sled or 5-inch rocket. So, pro tip there. Hang on to this wire. these JST plugs, and I don't use JST, so I have all my lipos that I never use lipos anyway, are all Molex 2-pin. Flu Cicerone I-180 was pretty cool. Oh, I was talking about the Aerotech actually, but what's the CTI one? Is that escape mark? I think it might be. Have you ever thought about making motors yourself, or just big of a I have made motors. Well, not myself, but I have made research motors under supervision of people who know what they're doing. Way back when I was like 15. If you look at my name on Rockets magazine, there's a video from Airfest in 2012, I believe, where I flew my 5.5-inch Nike Smoke on a blue Sparky research motor that almost KO'd. It was very, very close to not making it, but I was afraid to fly it. And then my buddy that I made the motor with just passed away a couple months before, so I decided I was going to fly it because he made 5 grain, mine was a 75 3 grain. We made 8 grains, and his was the 5 grain, and it blew his case up pretty much. Like the rocket was almost unrecognizable. It was a really gnarly, nasty Kato, and I had just got that Nike Smoke for my birthday, my 16th birthday, from my parents. I flew that K740. The motor adapter from 75 to 54 failed, so the motor case slid up into the rocket, and I had to cut the bottom few inches off of the rocket to get a new centering ring and 75 in there, a motor mount, I mean. And then, so we took it to Airfest, and after Justin died, I was like, whatever, we'll give it a shot. So put it in my 3 grain 75 case that Justin was, you know, not financially thriving, so he bought this case used from Cosden. So I have a motor case that was out of Frank's like personal collection, or that he had flown at least. His personal collection was probably unlimited, but he gave Justin a deal on a used one since he had flown it. And Justin had it. My dad used it for his level 2. So there was a lot of sentimental value in that case, but we let it rip anyway. And the 1/8-inch stainless steel nozzle washer looked like a cereal bowl when we got it back. So it was very close to not making it. But it did indeed make it. Um, I'd love to get back into research motors, but probably not anytime soon. It's as much as people think it's cheaper, the initial cost is pretty hefty because if you're going to do it properly and you're going to use a mixer and vacuum your propellant and everything and actually do it the way you should, then it's pretty dang pricey to get moving. Mixers are in their own right quite expensive. Down here, my other hardware. I need to take this to my parents' house. Oh yeah, another really good deal I got. 54,852. Manufacturer date January 1996. That's pretty cool. My cousin's been experimenting with anodizing, and this has some scratches and stuff on it, so I might give it to him and let him have a go at it. I'll have to peel the Las Vegas sticker off, but it's how it goes sometimes. I have a lot of masking tape. Let me put that on the sumo. Okay, I'm gonna grab some more throw it on my 1706 while it's here. How's everyone's April Fool's Day been going? I saw at least one guy wasn't a big fan of my April Fool's Day post. It's just a classic Tim and Eric or YouTube boop style editing of Matt's antics. I've had that for a while. I did that a long time ago. I just didn't post it, but figured April Fool's is a good enough reason to let it be public. And one guy did not find it entertaining. Said he'd give me one more shot before I unsubscribed. So I said, "Why wait? Get on out of here." This right here, at 541706 with the RAS, that is the butter zone of high power rocketry right now. Loud, impressive motors without costing too much, and the RAS allowing you to fly 2 through 4 grain with this one case. That's a great. You got J135, K185, J180. I like long burns, as you can tell. Open up with all of those. K550, K1100. That's a classic. Oh, what else is there? J415. That's a good one. Uh, K456 dark matter. Usually a very loud dark matter motor. Super nice. So it's a real good case. So if you're flying DMS or you're looking at making an initial investment, get the 54 starter set with the 1706 and the RAS. Good motors in those cases. K motors, like I was saying, kind of the butter zone for it being affordable right now. I miss the days of the on sale $195 M's for the 4 grain case, but those are long in the past now. J125, yep. At Composite Warehouse, 4-inch Honest John, I put K850 Maelstrom Dark Matter DMS in it. It shook everything. It was a free flight until the chute failed and it lawn darted in the desert. Sorry to hear that. Definitely been there. If you're not familiar, my 4-inch Wildman Punisher came in ballistic M2050 propellant X. What's interesting is you guys' chats are responding to the things I'm saying, but my preview of the live stream is super far behind. So that's kind of annoying. But okay, let's see. Where else can I save some room here? Argus, where can you go? Well, if I move the sumo up a little bit, I might be able to put the Argus fin can up here. I know it's kind of heavy and there's already a lot of rockets on that. I need to get rid of all these Ford parts. It opens up a lot of extra room. Actually, if I move all of the Ford parts to one shelf, I know you guys can't see me, sorry. One sec, I'll be back. Really riveting content, I'm sure. I think yeah, kinda. The Argus fins don't quite fit on the shelf there. It's alright. Freed up a little space. if you guys can see this tube. Yeah, maybe. I need to work on that. Here you go. Here's the tube for it. I love that right there, but actually, no, it's not. La 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 la. Yeah, I'll just put it back. But happens. Sometimes you just don't have room for things. Such is life. Okay. Tech Sumo box. I really need it, which is kind of fun. This is my problem, is I like to hang on to useless stuff like this. If I'm honest with myself, this tube here is trash, but in my head I can get those rings off, and then everything will be fine. April Fool's Day stream? Yeah, pretty much. Current bit rate is 0. Oh no. Weird. Yeah, I'm so far behind. Wow. Let's see, maybe I can do this. Do that. Nope, not that. There you go. And then, yeah, now we just have the stream open. Or the chat, I mean. Sweet. Now I can see the live camera, actually see what's going on while I'm doing it, and can have the chat. Perfect. Okay, let's see. I guess I can keep the motor base over here if I'm gonna let the sumo be vibing out that far. It is the sumos is a classic. It's a great background rocket because it's really fun. It's stubby. The graphics are super good. Yeah, I guess I'll hang on to that. This blue and white and yellow rocket sitting back there. It's got like a set of Nike fins on it that are red. If anybody wants that, you can have it for free. It's 4 inches in diameter. I'm tired of it. I bought it because somebody offered it to me cheap. It was like $10. I don't care anymore. It's got provisions to be a sustainer, I believe. Might be quantum tubing, but if I don't, yeah, as I say, I don't know what rockets will be or what launches I'll be driving to because I'll probably be doing a lot more flying. If anybody's local or anybody happens to have any idea of where I might be going that you'll be as well, and you want that rocket, you can have it. Or if somebody wants to pay shipping, they can have it. That's also fine. It's just in my way at this point. Hopefully it's still working. The chat's so dry right now that for some I'm paranoid that it's just not working now. We're not streaming anymore. Clean off my cutting mat. Some rubbing alcohol. Need to buy more rubbing alcohol. What electronics are most commonly used in the rockets? Missile works. Because I love the Perfect Flight Stratologger, but you can't get them. From what I understand, it's because the what's his name? I know his name. The guy who owns Perfect Flight is because he's so busy making the alternatives for Team America Rocket Challenge that he's not prioritizing Stratologgers at all. It's fine, make your money, but I love the Stratologger. Uh, but since the Stratologger is pretty much impossible to get now, the RRC2 Plus has been my go-to. However, I didn't realize until recently how much I love the RRC2L because you can use the LCD screen to read off altitude and velocity. So I think those might be my new go-to. My favorite part about the Stratologger is the dedicated switch terminal, but the Perfect Flight has a switch terminal, but it doesn't have the easy adjustability of the RSC2. The dip switches, namely, being my favorite part about the RSC2 Plus. The RRC3 I have in a lot of rockets. I accidentally left one sitting on Taylor's workbench at his house in Kansas City from my V2 that I meant to take home with me. I have another one though in one of the rockets. I'm gonna make a video here soon about just making one big sled for most of my big rockets. High Alt 45, yeah, that's a throwback. I never had one, but I had a mod. That was my first dual deploy altimeter ever, actually. I think I was 14, 15 when I flew it. Mini alt with deployment. Um, but yeah. So ROC2, Missile Works. The Blue Raven, though, just went up for pre-order. I might have to get one of those. I always wanted a Raven. So the Bluetooth switch functionality built in, and the app support, and just like all the data being right in your hand, so good. I might have to buy one of those. Very very cool, and I'm so very thankful that it's compatible with Android, unlike the Perfect Flight GPS system, which is only for iPhone. Most definitely the BT. Yeah, yeah, super cool. Um, all right, well, everything's pretty well tidied up now. Uh, I gotta finish cleaning off my workbench over there, my toolbox workbench, but there's not a lot going on over there. But hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in. April Fool's Day and whatever. Hope you guys could at least find some appreciation in the meme video that I posted. Unlike that one guy's comment, he was very unamused. But c'est la vie. Not everyone gets it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Um, yeah, hopefully you check out the video tomorrow. I have a couple more videos I'm going to probably a week or a few days after I launch that video. Post just a quick, simple clip of the whole preparation flying of the rocket. I kind of want to do a whole one, the Punisher story, start to finish up to this point. And yeah, I've got a few different videos. I have a video sponsor actually, so I need to figure out something to do with this video sponsor that's going to get decent view count. I got stuff to work on, but there's a bunch of videos coming, bunch of projects coming, and hopefully.